Do you literally have a pain in the butt? Well, today it's all about the lower body hip opening, hopefully to help you relieve some of the tension and pain that's around your piriformis, that's the middle of your butt, or around your sciatic nerve. So here we go. Hey, it's Joe from StayFitAnywhere, where I help you move better so you can feel amazing and you can live your life to the fullest. Well, today I'm going to be talking to you about one of the most common issues for lower body pain and discomfort, and usually a lot of people start to think about sciatic and sciatic nerve when you're starting to have some lower body pain and into your back or even radiating down into your leg. Sometimes people confuse it with piriformis syndrome, which is the muscles that are in between your big butt muscles, that it's actually around your sciatic nerve, but it's also irritated and it's compressing against that nerve, so it causes similar pain. Either way, the best course of action is to make sure you have a regular mobility routine to hopefully keep those hips and those legs nice and limber, and then strengthen that with some sort of strength training, and then do your stretching for flexibility. Obviously, if the pain is excruciating, you got to go see a medical professional. But today I'm going to show you 3 progressive exercises that you can use right now to hopefully help you relieve some of the pain and discomfort you're feeling. And even if you're not feeling tons of discomfort or pain, it's always great to use these types of exercises to prevent any of those pains from coming on. After you've tried these exercises, leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you to see how it's actually working out well for you. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, push that bell notification so you'll know when I upload my next video. Let's get to these 3 hip opener exercises. The first one, you're going to need a chair. So go grab one, I'll see you back here. So this first one is performed in a chair. I like to use a chair depending on your severity of your pain, because this would be the best one for support and the easiest and simplest one to perform. So first, I'd sit on the edge of your chair or your couch or your bed. It doesn't matter, it's just something where you're propped up. Then slowly raise your knee and your leg off the ground and rotate externally to the outside. So you're just kind of putting it down and then placing your foot back on the floor or the ground. And then lifting it back up and moving it back in. So start with this simple rotation movement, because what you want to do is activate some of the stability muscles around your hip. So that's your glute, your psoas, your hip flexor, into your lower back and part of your hamstring, just to make sure like that those muscles are contracting properly, but you're doing it at a slower pace and it's low impact. So you want to be doing this on either side. I'd say start with 15 to 30 seconds. If it feels okay, gradually move up to 45 seconds to a minute and do it on either side. As you're doing this, try to maintain your posture. You can use your chair arms or your couch arms for support if you need to, but that's all you're doing is just rotating back and forth. But always listen to your body. If this starts to aggravate any part of your nerve or you're feeling shooting pains, stop the movement and see a medical professional. This hip opener I like to call the sumo walk. So basically standing nice and tall, neutral posture, and lifting your leg, knee about hip height if you're able to, and just rotating it out and stepping. And then you're gonna bring it back to the other side, same thing, rotate out and step. So you're just going back and forth, kind of almost like on angles. So at a 45-degree angle, you're kind of stepping through, but you're not actually going forward, you're just kind of stepping through and kind of leaving your foot about 45-degree angle when you actually put it onto the ground. So same thing, this exercise I do for at least 30 seconds. Bring it up to a minute if you're able to. But start off slower, listen to your body. If this is too much for you, try out that chair one first. This one's a windshield wiper or a seated shin box. It might be more difficult depending on if you can get up and down. If you can't, I'd say start with the chair or the standing hip openers. So for this one, have your feet hip width apart. You can use your hand for a brace and slowly just rotate down. So what you want to do is try to have your knee near the back of your front heel and go back and forth, and just go back and forth and go down as far as you can. If you can only go to here, that's fine. But if you're able to come all the way down, that's great. And you can kind of work on that progression, going back and forth. The key is you don't want to be lifting and turning your body too much just yet. You want to be able to keep most of your hip, part of your glute on the floor here. So you can go from here just to mobilize and loosen up the hip. That feels okay. And I would say do this for about 30 seconds, work up to a minute. Just listen to your body as you're going back and forth. So those are 3 progressive hip opening exercises. You can start off in the chair, then I would say do the standing one, and then last one I would do the windshield wiper, the one that was seated on the ground, dropping your knees back and forth. That's how I would progress through each one of these exercises to make sure your hips are not being aggravated and your sciatic or your piriformis isn't becoming irritated and forcing you not to be able to do anything. I also have a free download that gives you 10 simple ways to reduce some pain and hopefully move better. And I'll leave that in the descriptions below. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And here's to you moving pain-free and living your life to the fullest. If you want more mobility exercises, try out these.